Hello, this is Clemmy Games and welcome to the Indie Game Backlog. In this episode, we will take a look at Neurovoider, a twin-stick shooter with roguelite elements about brains in jars shooting up robots, developed by Flying Oak Games and released on Steam in August 2016. For disclosure, I received this game for free. The game takes place in an unknown year, where robots have already annihilated humanity and are naturally partying the days away. However, as a brain in the jar, you awaken and manage to find your way into a robot mech, taking control of it to destroy all robots. This is a roguelite top-down shooter which, typical of the genre, utilizes pixel art, procedural generation, and permadeath. The unique hook this time is that since you are in control of a robot and are blowing up enemy robots, you're able to harvest parts and scrap from your enemies and to repurpose and equip them on yourself. There are three classes of robots to choose from, namely Dash, Rampage, and Fortress, corresponding to speed, attack, and defense through their special ability, activated through the spacebar, which are a dash that makes you invulnerable, an all-guns blazing attack, and a shield which reflects enemy projectiles. On top of this, you get to pick one of 27 skills at the start of each run, such as a self-heal, increasing damage dealt and taken, or passive skills such as increasing the scrap amount received or causing an explosion upon your death, which is more relevant for co-op play. There are three difficulty modes, Arcade, Rogue, and Voider, corresponding to easy, normal, and hard, but I found Neurovoider to be more forgiving than other top-down roguelites since I was able to get to the third of 4 bosses on my second try on normal difficulty. At the beginning of each level, you are given a choice of 3 locales, each differing in size, the number of elite enemies, and the quality of loot, each on a scale of 1 to 5. Size affects the number of rooms in the level, while elite enemies are sought after since while they dish out more damage and have more health, their item drops are much better than regular enemies. And finally, loot affects the rarity of items found, from common, uncommon, special, rare, and glitched. You can spend some currency to reroll the selection of levels, with there occasionally being a metaverse level which imposes some penalty, such as a darkened room, in exchange for greater rewards. The objective in each level is to destroy all reactors, but of course, there are a multitude of enemies blocking your way. According to the developers, due to the procedural generation and the number of different parts that they have included in the game, there are over 8,000 variants of enemies, but each level in my experience only seems to contain 3 to 5 types. Combat is fast-paced, with your robot being able to equip 2 weapons, bound to the left and right mouse buttons. Weapons were fun and varied, such as your bullet-type guns like assault rifles and shotguns which fire projectiles, beam-type weapons for continuous damage, liquid-type weapons which often affected a larger area, grenade launchers, rocket launchers, fragmentation-type weapons, and even melee weapons such as swords and hammers, which dealt massive damage but were limited by range. The variety here was much appreciated, and for me the best strategy was a bullet-type weapon as my primary, with a secondary AoE or high-damage weapon as backup. However, the most effective strategy that I found was shooting at enemies off-screen, which is a shame since it detracted from the good pixel art. EP is a crucial resource to manage since while there is no ammo to keep track of and EP automatically regenerates, each shot expends some EP, but if all EP is depleted, the mech will overheat and you will be unable to fire until the bar is full again. In between levels are opportunities to tinker with your robot, from repairing to recover health, equipping new parts, scrapping unused parts, crafting new parts using scrap, or upgrading parts using scrap, and I really like the customization options here. Fiddling with weapons and loadouts and seeing your robot physically change was pretty fun. However, I do feel like this process could be streamlined a little since I spent way too much time here as compared to blowing up robots. When you die in the game, there is a nemesis system of sorts, where the robot that killed your last character becomes your nemesis and will spawn on the same level in the next run. Defeating the nemesis will allow you to regain your equipment from the previous run, and this aspect, while interesting, was not expanded upon in the way that I would have liked. Furthermore, there is also a daily run mode with the same game for all players with only one try, no saving, and on the rogue difficulty level. Your objective is to get the highest score, which is some factor of how far you have progressed in the daily run and the time taken to do so there's something to do every day. Finally, despite being launched more than a year ago today, the latest update is dated 24th November 2017 under Update 57, so it goes to show that the developers are committed to their game and are continuing to support the game with bug fixes and occasional new content, so if you like what you see, do support these guys. Anyway, that will do it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Leave a comment if you like. Thanks again, and I will see you in the next video.